Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Tea Time with Jane. Jane hasn't got a cup of tea today though because it's too hot, and also my glass of water that I've left down on one of the lower boxes and I can't reach it. So I'm not going to bother, which means I'll keep it short and sweet. I am, however, back in Box Jump Corner, sitting on the boxes. I actually quite like it up here. I think it might become one of my permanent spots. I may have to just get myself a little teapot and teacup though to pour myself a cup of tea. Anyway, why is it my favourite spot? Box jumps. I love box jumps. I'm guessing you either love them or hate them. It involves jumping 2 foot from the floor and landing on a box. It's very interesting to me as a coach to watch people as they develop the skill of box jumps. For some people it's no problem at all. They've been doing this since they were young. They've continued to play sport, they've continued to be active, or they just have somehow not developed any sense of inhibition, that's the word. No inhibition, no fear about jumping. For other people, they will have jumped as a kid. They probably will have jumped as a older kid, teen, young adult even. But suddenly they come into the gym and box jumps are just not the thing to be done. Why is that? Why suddenly does it become too difficult to jump from 2 feet and land onto a solid obstacle in front of you? Is it fear? Is it lack of confidence? Is it lack of self-belief? What is it that inhibits us from doing that? The answer to that question is kind of irrelevant, really. I guess the more relevant thing is, how can we overcome that? How can we overcome that fear, inhibition, lack of belief, lack of confidence, to actually take that first jump onto a solid object in front of us? As you'll know from our coaching techniques, we'll often get people to jump onto a very low object with a 2 foot takeoff, and we'll slowly increase the size of that object for them to jump higher and higher and higher. And it's quite soon, oftentimes, when people will jump onto something the same height as one of these boxes, as long as it's not a box. A stack of weight plates, anything other than a box, and they can jump onto it. Put the box back in front of them and they can't jump onto it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not being able to jump onto a box. I'm quite interested in the process that goes on in our minds though about these sorts of things and how we overcome them. And one of my musings as I've been considering my Tea Time with Jane little slots with you all is about those things that we're trying to overcome. Are you even mindful of what you're trying to overcome? We talked last time about the things that we think about in our head, the way that we refer to ourselves, what our thought processes are when we think about what we're doing and whether we're capable of doing it, whether we believe in ourselves, whether we have the ability to dig deep and to keep going when we feel like we're defeated. Do you have any idea in your own mind about the things that you are trying to overcome? Do you know what your particular hurdle is? If you do know what it is, do you have a plan to overcome it? Or do you just accept, oh, that's one of those hurdles and I can't get there? Do you believe that you can change? Do you want to change? Do you just need a helping hand to get you up over onto that box? Do you need a stack of weight plates instead of a box? What is it that you need to overcome your hurdles?